Hello, I'm Dr. Fred Jones, the book coach. I help you write your book, build your brand, and grow your business. Our goal is to help you to write your book right the first time so that it'll work for you for a lifetime. So if you're looking for real support, if you're looking for accurate information, and if you're looking for cutting edge bestseller strategies to build your brand and your business based off of your best-selling book, you are in the right place. Now, this channel is for women of faith, women who believe in self-investing, and women who want to build a business based off of their best-selling book. We also support a few brave men. So before we get started in this training, we're going to be talking about how authors can use their testimony to write a book. That's right, how you can use your testimony and write a book. But before we do that, you know at least 3 people. All I want you to do is reach out to 1 or 2 of them and tell them about this channel. I want you to share this video with somebody that you know that has an amazing story. They got a powerful testimony, and you know that they should be writing and publishing a book, and they've been saying, like, where do I get started, and who do I listen to, and who wants to hear my story? They need to be on this channel listening, and they'll get the support that they need to write their book right the first time so that it will work for them for a lifetime. So let's get started. Are you ready? Ready? Put ready in the comment box. Yeah, put ready in the comment box so that I can see it and I'll know you have been listening to me and we can engage and talk, okay? So now, point number 1. First thing I want you to do is I want you to look back over your life and at all the things you've done, all the things you've accomplished, and all the things you've overcome. You got it? All the things you've done, all the things you've accomplished, and all the things you've overcome. That's number 1. All right? Now, you know that there's a lot of stuff you've gone through. There's a lot of places you've been. There's a lot of tight spots that you've gotten out of. I got a brother, my brother Leroy. Leroy, he's like a cat. He's got 9 lives. Leroy had an accident where the car turned all the way over. Leroy had an accident where he hit a horse, ran into a horse, literally hit a horse, okay? Leroy had another incident, this is my brother Leroy, where the boat flipped over while he was out surveying and working for the Corps of Engineers or some land surveying company, and they was out in the water. The boat flipped over, Leroy went under the boat and then came up on the other side. Those are some incredible stories, my friend, and you know that you've had some journeys that you've been through that you should put in a book. Matter of fact, I got an example for you. This is one of my private clients, Carnell Smith. Carnell wrote the book Trapped by Law, Stop Paying Child Support for Paternity Fraud. Carnell Smith. This man had an incredible story, went all the way to the United States Supreme Court based on a personal experience that he had, and he wrote a book about it by sharing his journey and sharing his testimony. So the first thing I want you to do is look back over your life at all the things you've overcome, all the things you've encountered, all the things you've done, and then just pause for a moment and write that down. Just look at those things you've done, okay? Number 2, the second thing I want you to do is understand that no one knows that journey better than you do. No one knows that journey better than you do. Okay? I remember an old song. I grew up in the church. You don't know what the Lord has done for me. Oh, hymn. You don't know what the Lord has done for me. And then there's a little line that says, you don't know, you wasn't there. You don't know when and you don't know where. You don't know what the Lord has done for me. You see that? Nobody knows what you've been through like you. So number 1, look back and reflect over all the things you've done, okay? You can use your testimony to write and publish a book, okay? Now, the second thing is, like I said, you should understand that no one knows your story. No one knows your journey like you, okay? No one knows what the Lord has done for you other than you. It's kind of like when I was in Toastmasters, they would tell you, as Toastmasters or Dale Carnegie, they would say the first speech you should always give was a speech about yourself. Why? No one knows you any better than you. You know you better than anybody else. Okay? Now, are you ready for step number 3? Number 3, I'm talking about how authors can use their testimony to write a book. How you can use your testimony to write a book. Point number 3 is you must believe that there is value in your story. You got to believe that there's value in your story. If you came out, you came through, you had the faith, you had the belief, the perseverance, and if you can come through, what your story will do will be a roadmap for somebody else. So when you believe that your journey is worthy, then you're on your way to becoming an author. Okay? So reflect and look back over it. Know that no one else knows that story like you. Okay? And then number 3, believe, and you must believe that your story is truly worth it. Okay? Now, the 4th thing I want you to do, and you've probably already been doing this, is tell this story as often as possible to anyone who will hear it. Tell it, tell it, tell it, tell it. You know, you don't want a rock to cry out for you. You follow what I'm saying? So you want to tell that story. Tell it, tell it, tell it. Everywhere you go, tell that story. It's kind of like that old song, This Little Light of Mine. I guess this is an old song training here. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Whoa, I'm getting excited on that one. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, in my neighbor's home, and it goes, tell it everywhere you go. Oh my God, I'm getting excited. Let me calm down. You got to tell the story everywhere you go. And when you tell this story of what the Lord has done for you, you don't want a rock crying out for you. You don't want somebody else praising God for you. You want to praise God for what he's done for you because of you. So tell it everywhere you go and for everyone who will listen. I'm talking about how authors can use their testimony to write a book. How you can use your testimony to write a book. And you should do the following. I told you, number 1, you should look back over your life. Number 2, you should understand that no one knows it like you. Number 3, believe in your story. Number 4, tell your story everywhere you go. Are you ready for the 5th one? Number 5. Then what I want you to do is record your story, transcribe your story, and publish that book. That's it. Just that simple. Record your testimony. Get someone to transcribe it. And then publish it as a book. That's how I wrote and published my very first book, titled Dr. Fred Jones Speaks, Publish Me Now. I preached a message on a Wednesday night, and it was transcribed. And I put a cover on it, and I published it. And since that time, friend, that was 2015. The book's still out there on Amazon right now. 2015, I've not looked back. I wrote the book, built a brand, and I've been growing a business based on that book ever since 2015 when I released that best-selling ebook. And guess what? You can do the same thing. That's right. You can do the same thing. So if you're ready to get started and you're like, hey, I want to know how to do that, Dr. Fred. I want to do the same thing you've done. I want to do what you just said in this video. I want to testify. I want to tell my story. If you want to testify, if you want to tell your story, then I want you to go to drfredjones.com. Scratch. I want you to go to bestsellerovernight.com. That's where I want you to go, bestsellerovernight.com. And you will have all the information right there for you to get started and write your book by telling your story, write your book by testifying, and we'll be able to help you, guide you, and support you along the way. Hey, listen, friends, if this channel is bringing you value, if you like what you're hearing here, then I want you to like it. I want you to subscribe. I want you to share it. I want you to tell a friend, tell a friend, bring a friend to this channel so that they will be able to get this content and get their book written right the first time so that it will work for them for a lifetime. So put your questions and comments in the comment section, and we will be responding to them and supporting you along the way as you write your book, build your brand, and grow your business. I'm Dr. Fred Jones. I want to remind you, the most expensive thing you will ever pay is attention to the wrong people. Go to bestsellerovernight.com and get started so that you can write your book right the first time, and it'll work for you for a lifetime.